about starting to teach yoga online, or perhaps you've already started but you're still trying to work out some of the issues with using another platform. In this video, I'm going to tell you everything that I've learned about teaching yoga online and all of the pros and cons, as well as some of the tips. Make sure you click subscribe and hit the bell so that you're notified every time I release videos every Wednesday about yoga, sustainability, and wellness. I've been teaching yoga for over a year now, including during the pandemic, which means that I've had to shift all of my classes online, and I've used different platforms to do that. So I'm excited to share everything that I've learned with you and hopefully hear some of your tips in the comments below. We're gonna go ahead and do one pro and one con at the same time so we can keep things balanced. First positive thing I have to say is that teaching yoga online is a lot more convenient. I can go from doing my own work at home or cleaning to teaching a yoga class without any commute time, which is incredibly convenient for me since I already work at home. And in addition, it's nice to be able to set my own schedule. So that's not always the case depending on if you're doing your classes through a studio, but if you're using another platform either to add classes or if all of your classes are online at your own schedule, it's kind of nice to be able to pick the times that work for you and be able to cancel or readjust as you need. One of the cons, though, can be that you have to find a good location in your home that is free from noise and has good lighting where you're not going to be disturbed, which is not always easy depending on what your home situation is like. It does take a second just to kind of clean up the space and make sure that everything looks good and get all the kids and the pets and the other people out. So that can be a con for teaching yoga online if it's hard for you to find a calm, quiet environment. One significant positive to teaching yoga online is that you can record your classes at the same time. This is excellent because you can create evergreen content by posting on different platforms. Let's say you have a class on Zoom or you have a class on Moxie, which is what I teach, and you have the option of recording the class as you are teaching it live, and then you can post it on YouTube or you can post it somewhere else, or even allow some of your students, if they pay for a class, they can still get the recording either for the same price or at a different price. And this creates multiple streams of income for you, and your class that you took all this time to plan doesn't just disappear after one try. You do need proper equipment and enough bandwidth and a strong internet connection. It's more than just you and your mat in a studio when you teach yoga online. You do need to make sure that your internet connection is strong, that if other people in the house are streaming Netflix or whatever they're doing, it's not going to interrupt your connection. Additionally, you might need, at the very least, a computer with a webcam, maybe your phone if that's possible, perhaps a mic, or at the very least some earbuds with a built-in mic. Just kind of depends on how much you want to invest, what you already have. I definitely encourage you to use what you already have because often that's enough for people. You don't need to have a full professional setup to teach your classes from your living room or from your own house. You just need the right things so that you can provide a consistent, relatively high quality class to your students every single time. If you have been teaching yoga or taking fitness classes online, how do you think that's compared to going in person? Are there things that you like about it, things that you don't like about it? You should let us know in the comments what you think. A wonderful aspect to teaching yoga online is that you can expand your client base. Online teaching allows people from all over the world to come to your classes that may have never had the chance before. That means your friends and family from other states or from other countries can hop on and join you for a class. And it also means that depending on what platform or how you use your marketing, you can get new clients that would never before be able to come to your local studio. This is significant for anyone that's trying to use yoga to really build their income. Since I started teaching on Moxie, which is the platform that I use currently, I've had people that I've never met before that have found my classes online, and I've had friends that have never been able to come, who have come and given me high ratings, and it's really helping to kind of boost my visibility online. Kind of going along with that though, one of the cons, and this depends again on how it is you're teaching your online classes, but one of the cons is you do have to rely more heavily on marketing, and you have to take a little bit more responsibility for that. Now, if you're doing it through a studio, the studio often markets things for you, but you still need to put in a little bit more effort because it's a more saturated environment now. Additionally, if you are doing your own classes, setting them up through any platform or through Zoom and Mindbody, whatever you're doing, it is really your responsibility now to promote on your social media pages and to make sure that people are aware that you're offering these classes. It's something that you have to do regularly, every week. So I recommend taking a bunch of photos of you doing your yoga postures or whatever photos you like, really, and using those on a weekly basis to promote your schedule, to let people know when you're going to be available. You can also ask students through polls and things like that, you know, when they might want to take a class and what times and where they're living, all that information so that you can provide the services that your clients actually want. I'm going to start with a con this time because I want to follow it up with a little pro that's kind of a spin on this topic. But when you teach yoga online, you are not usually able to observe the students as well as you would in a studio, and you can't provide any hands-on adjustments. This is something that I really miss about teaching in a studio. I really love being with other people in the same room, feeling that energy, but unfortunately this is just kind of how it is. And it's a lot harder to make the connection with students, both in terms of helping them perform postures correctly, but also just to feel that connection with them. Definitely a challenge of teaching yoga online for sure. I particularly miss the hands-on Shavasana assists at the end, giving a little massage and to close out practice, but you know, I have hope that things will get better eventually. While this is one of the bigger challenges of teaching yoga online, I've found that it actually has helped me grow and improve in my cueing. So because students have to rely more on visual cues, they can't see very well, or maybe they can't, see me, students can't see you as well either most of the time. I have students that I've never met before, so I'm not sure their level of yoga. So for me, I've had to work on being a lot more intentional with how I cue postures, what postures I choose in my planning, and it's really allowed me to, I think, become better as a teacher and to take more time in my planning and make sure that I know exactly how I'm going to verbalize certain things and my modifications. And I think that that's a positive way to look at this new challenge, is that it is a learning opportunity. Another positive aspect to teaching yoga online is that you can control the pricing of your own classes. Again, this really only applies if you are teaching your own classes and not through a studio, but if you are choosing to teach on Moxie or on Zoom using Mindbody, you get to choose how much you want to charge people for your classes. This is really nice because I think for me in particular, I can say that I've always wanted to offer classes that are donation-based and flex pay based so that I can invite more people and include more people in yoga classes. And Moxie allows me to do that. So currently all my classes are flex pay, which means students donate whatever they want, and you can choose subscriptions and create them yourself, which is a really nice thing. I can't speak so much for Mindbody, but of course if you do it on Zoom as well, you can use Venmo, or you can choose how they pay you, and that's how you can set your own prices and deal with your own registration. And one last con is that technical issues are going to happen. So you as a yoga teacher teaching virtual yoga are going to be juggling a lot more things than you normally are when you go to a studio and just teach your class. So that means that things are going to happen, things are going to go wrong, someone's not going to be able to get into the Zoom, someone's not going to pay, or something's going to happen with your mic, and that's just kind of part of it. It's frustrating, and I have to tell myself too not to get flustered and get overwhelmed and put energy into that when I'm trying to create a nice environment for people to come to class. But again, it's kind of an opportunity for growth and to lean back into the yoga philosophy and just, practice non-attachment and really accept that, you're creating an environment that students like, and if once in a while things go wrong, that's okay. We take those mistakes, we learn, we grow, we get better, and if you're creating a nice environment for your students and if you're creating great flows, they're going to come back. And don't sweat the little technical issues, because that's not what it's about, and that's just life, right? So that's all I have for today. If you'd like to join me for a yoga class sometime, I will leave the link down below. You can sign up for Moxie for free. There's tons of fitness classes on there, so you don't actually have to take mine if you don't want to, and lots of flex pay options, so you can just go and try something out before you commit to paying paying anything. And yeah, I hope to see you there sometimes. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like and subscribe button and share with your friends because it really helps to support my channel. I hope to see you in a yoga class sometime, but in the meantime, you can watch some of my other videos about yoga and training and sustainability here. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.